Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Wild Man Creations. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Jay, and today I'm going to be making some black-eyed peas and ham hocks. Um, Nothing really too special about it. I do want to make sure that I tell you to be sure and sort your beans, rinse them real good. I don't see it so much in black-eyed peas or navy beans or white beans, but I do see it a lot in pinto beans. You'll be going through there, you'll find a rock or a dirt clod. And believe you me, you don't want to bust one of your chicklets while you're eating, some beans. So anyway, sort your beans, rinse them real good. Um, it's not really a recipe. I mean, I'll write down what I do, but it's just kind of one of those things, maybe a tablespoon and a half, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to get it hot. I've rough chopped my onions. So I've got 1 whole onion, 3 cloves of garlic, a sack of beans. I don't even remember how. Okay, it was 1 pound of beans. Something else I don't normally do is normally I just cover them with water and leave, about an inch, cover them by a little over an inch on the top of the beans. I do have a little bit of beef stock left over from something I cooked the other day. If I don't use it, I'm going to have to throw it out. So I'm just going to pour this in whenever we get ready to do our water. And so let me get my onions going, because I would like to get a little bit of color on them. Like I said, nothing really special. All right, I'm going to keep doing this until I've got some color on it, and I'll bring you guys back here in a little bit. Oh, same thing. The ham hocks I got, there's 3 of them in a package. They're all 3 going to go in there. Again, it's one of those things, it's probably more than enough. Probably 2 of them would do. But I'm going to put the extra one in there just because I'm not going to throw it away and waste it. And I'm not really going to salt anything until close to the end, because you got so much salt and that smoke flavor in these ham hocks. I'm not going to salt anything quite yet. So let me get to sauteing these onions, and I'll bring you right back. Sit tight. Okay, we're back. I'm not going to caramelize these too much. I just want them to get a little bit of color. Garlic. Again, you don't want to do that too often much. Probably turn the fire down just a hair. You just want to bring the oils out. You don't want to burn it. It'll turn bitter. Like I already said, I already sorted and rinsed my beans, or peas, I guess. I call them beans. This is like 1.5 cups of beef stock. Normally, like I said, normally I don't use that. But I figure it'll help with the flavor. I don't think that's quite enough water. Yeah. Let me give it just a little more water. Yeah. And then we're going to put our ham hocks to bed. Oh, baby. I'm going to put a little bit of sage in there, maybe a half a teaspoon. Same thing with the thyme. Maybe a half a teaspoon of thyme. Now we're going to bring it up to a boil, and then we're going to reduce the heat, put the lid on it, and let it sit for a couple of hours. So y'all would sit tight. I know it's going to be a little while before it boils because I just put those cold ham hocks in there. So sit tight, and we'll bring you back. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention too, you don't have to use ham hocks. You know, if you want to just put ham in there, or even some bacon, you just want to get some of that ham flavor or, you know, pork flavor in there. You can certainly put these in here, something like that. You can go to the deli, which I've done before. I go to get a package of this and there's nothing there. So I've gone to the deli and they look at me like I have a third eye, and I'll tell them, will you cut me 2 ham steaks that are about a half an inch thick? Or until it makes a pound. You know, sometimes it's 3 steaks. I'll bring them home and quarter them up, dice them up myself. So a lot of different ways you can do it. There's no really wrong way or right way, but that's just the way I do it. Pretty much the same way whenever I'm doing my pinto beans. I'll make chara beans a lot of times. And, you know, if I don't have something, I'll substitute it with something else. So anyway, enough of that. If you guys would stick around, we'll be back here in a little bit. Okay, let's try this again. All right, I almost messed up. I got to eating this before I remembered I hadn't taken a video yet. But anyway, that's what it turned out like. There was the ham hocks, didn't have enough meat, so I added that package that I showed you earlier just to get more meat in there, and it turned out really good. So I've got lunch for the next couple of days. And for my cornbread, the kids went up to Vermont here, 2 months ago, I guess. And one of the places they stopped was a milling company up there, and brought back several different candies, but also brought me a package of cornbread mix that was milled there at the mill, the grain mill. This stuff is pretty good. So anyway, thank you guys for staying with me tonight. I appreciate it. If you would hit that like and subscribe button, doesn't cost you anything, helps my channel out. Share it if you would. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. If you run up against a challenge, or like I said, that beef broth, it needed to go. I added it. I think it helped flavor the beans a little bit, and it wasn't that much. So anyway, I appreciate you guys spending your time with me tonight, and we will see you next week. We'll have something exciting. Bye now.